The universal civilizations. In the mid-90s, it would at first appear that there is perhaps a greater acceptance of the idea that we are not alone. However, while more people are prepared to acknowledge the subject, when faced with a crop glyph, anomalous lights in the sky, or an account of a close encounter with an extraterrestrial, a glazed look comes into some people's eyes. We could call this the shutters down phenomenon. As if the conceptual envelope of that person had been stretched to a maximum and the safety mechanisms ordered a stop. Government and defense organizations continue to ignore the subject publicly, while rumors abound concerning official interaction with ET, and various alleged ex-government employees publish books, while implying that they are under pressure to desist. This chapter explores some of the civilizations mentioned by Tom, and it is as well to remember that he does not always mean this word literally. He has been known to allude to the civilizations in terms of consciousness. Please read on with a flexible brain. Tom also points out that each planetary civilization has, in its midst or around it, a spirit plane or numerous spirit planes. Also that there is a difference between eons and those of the spirit planes. Tom, the Council of Nine has asked that I, the spokesman, Tom, explain a little to you of the structure and relationships in the universe. We are 9 that exist independently and exist in wholeness in the universe, in a place that you could identify as the zone of cold. We are not physical, as you are physical, or as Altia or Huva are physical, and this again is not the same manner as yours, but it is also physical. If need be, we may manifest, but we are pure energy. Together we oversee, and I, Tom, relate all that we wish to convey to planet Earth from the Council of the Nine, of which I am one. In relationship to us there are 24 physical civilizations in another dimensional realm. Each is a total collective consciousness that oversees, and from these civilizations, physical beings have incarnated upon your planet Earth, and at times have intervened, when necessary. These physical civilizations, the 24, each in its own dimension, are total and complete units of one collective consciousness that have agreed to be in that collective consciousness. They have evolved to that form of action to oversee, to pass through information of great importance, and help other physical civilizations in their evolutionary process. An example would be the civilization of Altia. As we are in another realm of existence, we depend upon Altia for communicating with you. They guard the body of our being while you are in communication with us, and they provide the technology for us to communicate. Altia was also the head of what you know as the physical civilization that manifested upon planet Earth as Atlantis. There are other civilizations, and there are amongst you incarnate souls from those civilizations who have come to help planet Earth. One of these civilizations, Huva, was the civilization that originally seeded planet Earth, as did some of the others, but Huva reseeded planet Earth on 3 occasions. Huva is the civilization from which the Hebrews derive, hence the importance of the Hebrews. Huva is the civilization that brought forth the Nazarene. Jean, I understand that the 9 are not physical entities, but do understand correctly that those of Huva and Altia and other civilizations are physical beings. Tom, they are physical civilizations, but not in the same dimension as planet Earth. They also have physical limitations, but not to the extent of those on Earth. Andrew, could you amplify that and indicate which dimension, for example, Huva exists in? Tom, when you speak of dimensions. Andrew, I mean 4th, 5th, 6th. For example, we live in a 4-dimensional world: height, breadth, depth, time in our physical world. Tom, we understand the different, as you would call, dimensions. But in truth they are not dimensions. Andrew, well, when it was explained to me before, dimensions were said to consist of various velocity envelopes. Tom, yes, speed. Andrew, right. And relative to the speed of light, what is the speed of Huva? Tom, I am consulting. Altia is giving us his numbers. Yes. Altia has said it is not exactly a dimension, but it would be 56 times the speed of light as you know it on Earth. Jean, thank you. What about the rest of our galaxy and the universe? Are any of the visitors we seem to get on Earth coming from there? Tom, there are those within your galaxy that are not within what you call the dimension of your Earth, but those that come to benefit planet Earth come from galaxies not within your galaxy. Altia, for example, is what you might call 50 million light-years away. John, but from our perspective on Earth, these other civilizations like Altia or Huva could in a sense be existing in or around us, and we would not perceive them. Tom, they are in a different reality frequency. Because of the speeds. John, but is it possible to talk of them as existing close or far from us in our terms at all? Tom, if you are asking in the terms of the physical planet Earth, and you are asking about a length or a space of time, it would be a great distance. They are not of this galaxy. John, and we would not be able to see them, even if we were there where they are, in our present condition, would we? Tom, in the dimension in which you are, you would not be able to see them with your eyes, if you were able to transport yourself to that area. But they can come to reach you within your area. John, but they experience themselves as physical, even though we wouldn't experience them as physical. Tom, in the dimension in which they have existence, they have a similar sense of physicalness that you have within this area in which you exist. But they are not physical in the sense that you know on planet Earth. John, and is it true to say that there are several dimensions between us and yourselves, for example? Tom, that would be an understatement. There are many. Jean, are there any civilizations or races within our galaxy visiting us at present? Tom, yes. There are civilizations of different dimensions, different intelligence, different evolving, that are working with the 24 civilizations. There are those within your galaxy that are in service to those that are attempting to salvage the planet Earth. But they are not the primaries, the 24. Jean, if the Altians, the Hoovids and others were to visit Earth, would they be in the same physical body as they are in their own dimension? Tom, when those of Altia manifest upon Earth, they have a similarity of appearance to those that exist upon the planet Earth. They have a higher rate of vibration, but they may bring it into the rate of vibration which is correct for the planet Earth. There are others, such as those of the civilization of Ashan, who do not look like the people of planet Earth. Should the civilizations land on Earth, those that would appear in the beginning will have similar appearance to those of the planet Earth, or they will manifest in the manners of Earth people such as Huva has done? Those of the other civilizations that follow would come in the form which they have. We wish to reassure you that those who exist on planet Earth will find that those visitors that do not have what you call beauty, will have within them the essence of beauty. There will be many appearances. A diversity of appearances, yes. Years later, the following exchange brought out another perspective on the physicality of the beings of the universal civilizations. John, do civilizations like Altia and others of the 24 exist on a physical planet that is in our understanding of physical? We know they have form in their own time-space envelope, but do they have a physical planet we could locate in our time and space? Tom, you mean does it have density? John, does it have the same density as us? Tom, you cannot have the same density as planet Earth. John, right. So it wouldn't be recognizable from planet Earth in that sense. Tom, you do not have a telescope large enough. It is not anywhere in the closeness of planet Earth. John, but even if it were, it couldn't be seen by our physical means, it would be detected by means perhaps undeveloped yet on Earth, is that correct? Tom, not correct. If a device were designed that could see to the furthermost reaches of the universe, then you would see also different levels of densities. Within their civilizations, the 24 have attained perfection, unity of oneness, complete obedience to the Creator, so therefore they understand their physical world, and are not tricked by physicalness. You know that this place you sit upon is made of billions of trillions of molecules, is that not so? You do not see that, therefore you would think it doesn't exist like that, yes. If you were to see the civilization Altia, you would see it as physical in movement. John, so it has a form, but a kind of form we could not comprehend because we do not have experience of that form in our lives. Tom, it is physical. It has evolved to the point where the physical and spiritual are in harmony and balance, and that is what you must achieve, so you can enter with the 24. John, now when the 24 interact with our solar system, I believe you said once that they may use other physical planets as a way of stepping down towards us, so there may be physical planets in our solar system that are used by individual civilizations. Tom, not by the 24. By sub-civilizations. The 24 have no need. Jean, there's a question that I cannot avoid asking, why you do not give strong and definite signs of your existence or proximity on top of approaching humanity by indirect means such as these channelings, or other ways. Obviously you have your reasons, but this question does matter to me. Tom, it is of great importance for you to understand that the governments of your world of Earth have refused to believe, or to convey to the people, our existence. If there were an attempt by the civilizations to land upon planet Earth in a mass situation, which in truth will come to pass in the course of time, the people upon planet Earth would panic, for they have not the understanding, the knowledge, that we would mean no harm to them. Remember this, there are also certain civilizations, not of the 24 or their helper civilizations, that have a great desire to control Earth, to keep souls in bondage. And these civilizations have landed at times upon planet Earth and have created difficulty, which they forced on Earth people. It is important that there is no panic amongst those that exist on the planet Earth, that the knowledge be brought to them in gentleness, that those of the 24 civilizations mean no harm to them. This is of great importance, for if there were panic, humans may then attempt to end their own life, and also the lives of their families and neighbors, which would not serve any purpose. The governments of your world have refused to accept that there are others of a higher intelligence, and in truth of a more spiritual intelligence than those that exist upon the planet Earth. We need to convey to the people that there are others that mean them no harm, but have an interest in saving planet Earth. For in truth, if there are no other civilizations to help planet Earth, it will bring destruction to itself. We do not come to control, we do not come to hold in bondage, we will come with love and patience and understanding, but since there is the denial of our existence, how can those of planet Earth accept the fact that the civilizations of Altia, Huva, Ashan, and the rest of the 24, mean well? Jean, I have another question that I think people will wonder about. On previous tapes of your conversations, I heard you explain that you constantly know the thoughts of either all of us or those who communicate with you. Am I correct in this assumption? Tom, if we have the wish to help you, yes. But we wish you to understand that we do not invade the mind, we do not control the will, we do not interfere with freedom, we do not interfere. It would not be of service. Altia, Huva, Ashan and Aragon have asked to convey to you that they may have the abilities within them, but it would not benefit planet Earth to use them, nor would it benefit them. That would be an invasion of a soul. Jean, I have been most impressed by the communications, the expressions and atmosphere of love and peace that surround all the people here, but I do have some difficulties in understanding why, if you are in the minds of humans at times, and your representatives have visited Earth, and you have a knowledge of human affairs, I find it difficult to understand how you have difficulty speaking with us and understanding our basic colloquial English. Could you help me with that? Tom, we will explain that. The civilizations have indeed visited Earth, but do you understand that when you have communication with your mind, it is not necessary to have words? It is difficult from where we are to give explanations in your words. We have concepts that cannot be explained in your language, for you do not have the words to explain. If you could read our mind, if we could communicate with your mind in the essence of pure telepathy, then we could convey to you what we are trying to transmit. Also, within the mind of the channel, as also within your mind, there is only a certain vocabulary that we can use. Jean, thank you. You mentioned that at some stage there might be a large-scale landing of the civilizations. I think the next questions involve who and where, how and why. The first such question most people would ask is how. In other words, what method of transportation would be used in such a landing? Are we referring to physical vehicles? Tom, yes. They would be in the nature of what you would call a physical vehicle. If you have the desire to go and touch it, as you have with an automobile, you would be able to touch it. Jean, can you tell me anything about the relative size and shape and so on? Will they hold a large number of people, or? Tom, there would be vehicles of different sizes and different designs. There would be some with the appearance of a glass top, but it is not in truth a top, it will just have its appearance. There will also be those that will remain in your atmosphere that are very large, that will then send out smaller ones. You have, upon your oceans, carriers that send out ships that fly, is that not so? Jean, that is correct.